during my last internship this past summer, I had a few experiences that were quite shocking and negative. One day, my project engineer and I, both of us being minority, went out to the site to check on the repairs that were happening on the highway. And so as we're walking out to the site, we had to retrieve some tools from the foreman so we could perform the duties on the repairs on the bridge. And so while we're going to do that, my project engineer is walking ahead of me and approaching the foreman, and he goes to say, "Is that your African little brother behind you?" And so immediately I hear that, and I speed up to get closer to him, and I said, "What did you say?" And then he repeats himself blatantly. And so I was taken back, and my response was, "I'm not African." And he goes on to say how he refers to other people by their, ethnicity or nationality, saying how he'll call some people Mexican and things like that. And so he goes on to do what he was doing with the tools, and he says, "When your friend calms down, I'll go ahead and give you the tools." Mind you, I wasn't expressing any of the anger that was on the inside of me at that point. So we continue to do our task on the bridge, and when we finish, we go back to the foreman, and he apologizes to me. He says, I apologize. Sometimes I come off more confrontational or disrespectful than he means to. And he didn't mean any harm by what he said. And so I said, that's nice to hear, but that was a microaggression, and you don't have to refer to me by my gender, by my nationality, by any of those things when you can call me by my name. And if you don't know it, you can ask. And so that was my raw reaction to the experience. First time something like that has happened to me. But after reflecting upon it, I realized that I wish I would have addressed some things differently than the way I did. Me saying I'm not African, that wasn't the major problem. Whether he said, a different country or nationality, the same root would still be there. And then also the fact of calling me a little brother, that was very demeaning in the sense of my role in the company. Because I'm an intern rather than a full-time employee, that does not change the fact that I'm on payroll and that I report to work in my hours just as other people do. And so I wish I would have said something more targeted to the direct words that he said, rather than kind of what my initial reaction was. And with that time to reflect on it, I believe I'll be more prepared in case something like that does happen again.